good morning, everyone, and welcome to this webinar. I don't know, it's probably the 6th webinar we are doing, or 7th. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes for everybody to come. Usually we wait for around 2 minutes, and then we can start so that we have most of the people who are coming in online. Okay, I think we can start, and whatever is missing, if there are some questions, we can always answer it later. People are still coming. So good morning, and thank you for spending a Saturday with us to understand more about the Lodha Genius Program. So as you might have read in the webinar details, the webinar is for actually explaining a little bit about the program as an introduction if you are a first timer, if you don't know much about the program. And the other thing is about the non-academic curriculum, which we are going to sort of introduce into this year. And we have substantially increased this part compared to the next year. Now, I know that maybe there are some attendees here who were part of the 2023 cohort. So this is going to be a new thing for you also. And I don't know how many people are new. So just to make sure that you have certain basic details about the program and how you can apply and things like that. So there are multiple webinars which has been done from November 1st until right now. All these are available in your website. Probably Manvendra and Urvashi can put it up on the chat box, the website address where they can go and listen to all the webinars. And even this webinar is recorded and will be available in the website later this week. So if you miss something, you don't have to worry about it at all. All the details are there. In addition, we also have an FAQ panel in the website, in the same website that Manvendra has now put in the chat box, where you can go, and there are a lot of questions we have got over a long period, and we have tried answering most of those questions. So that will also help you understand the nature of the program. So, and also in case you have any doubts, you can ask during the webinar in the form of a chat. So if you go to your lower panel, you will have a Q&A box, okay? No, not the chat, sorry, the Q&A box. That's where you have to type the question, and the team will get back to you with the answers as much as we can during the webinar. And you can try avoiding the questions in the chat box, because then it's a bit difficult for us to sort of handle both. And in case after the webinar you still have questions, or your questions were not properly answered by us, then you can write to us. And Manvendra, you can please put the email ID also, the Lodha Genius Programme at ashoka.edu.in, and the team will reach out to you so that everything is clear for you. So, okay, so Lodha Genius Program this is the team that you can see here of the program. And I'm not introducing everyone. I think they can sort of introduce themselves after I finish a little bit of the introduction. So I'm Ambika. I'm the program lead for the Lodha Genius Program. And this is a science and mathematics program for students of class 9 and 12 from all over India. And this is a fully funded program, which means that there is no expense at all from your end. And this is a question that we keep getting, that why are you giving everything for free? Is there any hidden cost? There's no hidden cost. Everything is available to you, including the food accommodation during the program, because it's a 1-month residential program, which starts from May 17th to June 17th. June 16th evening or June 17th morning, that's when you can go. And during this 1 month, you have to be present at Ashoka University, which is in Sonipat in Haryana state. So you don't have to worry about your transport also. We will take care of it in the sense that you can book your tickets, whether it's flight tickets, whether train, bus, whichever, whatever. And then we will reimburse you once you come into the program. Okay, so that there's no expense at all. And why we are doing this is because of the CSR initiative of the Lodha Group. And CSR means corporate social responsibility. So every multi-million company should have at least around 2% of profit given to an education purpose. And Lodha has decided to collaborate with Ashoka University, and that is how this program is born. Now here in this program, we have both maths and science modules for all the classes. So the class 9th and 10th students will be dealt separately than the 11th and 12th students. So the 9th and 12th students will be having a series of workshops, and they will also have a lot of exercises in fundamental mathematics done by Chennai Mathematical Institute and the Institute of the Theoretical Sciences, ICTS, which is a TIFR, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research Institute. And so you can, and for the 11th and 12th standard students, it will be capstone projects. So you will get a very close experience to real life lab and how real life science is done. It's very similar in mathematics also. So the idea is to bring people from all over the world to you, to train you, to give you an essence of how real life maths and science are done, and also to give you a different perspective compared to what you're studying in school. In school, education, and when you actually come out of school, when you pass out of school, when you go to your college, when you take up maths and science streams, it is going to be a very different world. So we want to sort of bridge that gap between what you have learned in school and what is actually needed in the real world. So with this, we are going to train you in doing these experiments with state-of-the-art equipments, and also teachers whose ratio is 1:5. So there's a one teacher for every 5 students. So this is, I think, very important, because this is the way we can actually pay attention to each one of you and to see what are your needs, personal needs in terms of education. And other than the maths and science, we are also giving you opportunity for an holistic development. And that is what Dia and Srishti are going to talk to you about, the non-academic curriculum. And so when you come for the program, this is not just a summer program, because after the program, you will be receiving a certification courses, which comes free to you for the next 10 to 11 months. You will also be be mentored by a team of mentors to sort of understand what you have learned in the program and otherwise also, and how do we counsel you to create a proper career path, and how can we help you to reach somewhere. So I think these are the special things of the program. And after this program, you can come back again next year in the summer, for which you don't have to write an entrance exam. But if you are a new entrant into the program, like many of you who have submitted the application form, you will receive a login and password by the end of January, because January 31st is the deadline for the application. Okay, so then after that, you will have to write a test, which is, you can write it from the comfort of your home or wherever you have access to internet, on a laptop or on a phone. We will send you all the details early next week. And this test is going to be on February 3rd. So the selection process is based on this test score and not on your academic score. And then after that, we shortlist some of you, and then we will do an interview, which is only to measure the intent of yours into the program. And it is not a factual interview. It's not like a job interview at all. It is just to make sure you're genuinely interested to come into the program. And then we will publish the results by the end of February. So, so this is how the timelines are based. And if you have any questions regarding anything, we can always answer that at the end of the webinar. Now I'll hand it over to Srishti and Dia for sort of explaining the non-academic curriculum and how that's going to benefit the students, and why is it important to have this apart from the maths and science, and that is what makes it different from the other programs. Over to you both.
Thank you. Can you see my screen?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, great.
Make it, yeah, that's perfect.
All right. Hi everyone. I'm Shrishti. I'm a 4th-year student at Ashoka. I'm currently finishing an advanced major in computer science, and I'll be one of your hosts for the webinar today. Dia, you want to briefly introduce yourself?
So, hi everyone, I'm Dia. I'm a second-year computer science student at Ashoka University, a member of AUWS, and a program intern for LGP.
Right. So, as discussed, we'll be just talking about unlocking the full STEM experience at the Lodha Genius Program today. And the webinar is hosted by Ashoka University Women in STEM. Dia and I are both representatives of AWS. So, to briefly introduce us first, so the UG student population at Ashoka has traditionally been in favor of women, which in itself is a rare occurrence actually across institutions at India. But generally the proportion of women students in science classrooms has always been low. And this numbers problem is it's far from being unique because all premier institutes of science in the country they fare far worse. But at Ashoka, we feel that there's this unique chance to look beyond the numbers and into reasons that take birth solely during the undergraduate timeline, right? And we feel that joining the university as a woman with a declared science major is quite common, but sustaining as one is not. And the mentorship is also, just a supremely gaping hole, which is genuinely almost supported by the gender split in the science faculty as well. So we feel that most importantly, what Ashoka offers is this chance to avoid resorting to retrospectively tweak structures and to course correct in real time as we build this university further, because Ashoka is still fairly quite a new institution. And we feel that this offers a real chance for Ashoka to also be a role model for all science institutes across the country. And keeping in mind that the Women in Computing Society, which is a student-led society at Ashoka, together with some alumni from Ashoka, we launched the Ashoka University Women in STEM program. It's a mentorship program at its core. And we've run a successful pilot program, and now we're progressing towards our first official iteration in the university. The objective of AWS is to tap into the grassroots of the larger gender problem in science. And the LODA program being a merit-based, fully funded program, it offers us this unique opportunity to interact with the brightest minds of the country across varied backgrounds. And keeping this in mind, AUWS now has representatives, Dia and I, interning at the LODA program, and we're going to help students unlock the full STEM experience, which is much more holistic beyond just the classroom at Ashoka, and to help cultivate a non-academic curriculum in combination with the already established strong academic curricula. So that was just a brief introduction of UWS. I think Dia can take it forward now, and we'll discuss the several collaborations as part of this non-academic curriculum.
Sure. So, the first collaboration that we have decided to do is with the Center of Writing and Communication. So, CWC it works closely with the academic community in Ashoka to develop critical thinking and writing skills. It's the largest center in Ashoka, and it works with the diverse sections that make the Ashoka community. The entire student body, the faculty, staff, and other specialized centers as well. So one thing that we realized during last year's cohort is that so the program is delivered in English, but one thing we did realize is that there was some amount of language barrier that was kind of creating some problems for certain students. Since we do want this program to be as inclusive as possible, we decided to collaborate with CWC and create a bridge program. So the objectives of this bridge program are to increase English proficiency by strengthening the foundational language skills, to develop enough communication skills for effective participation in class, and to build enough confidence in every student for them to, if they ever have any doubts or questions, they don't feel that they are they don't have enough proficiency in English, so they won't just ask their questions. It's just to build confidence and to build proficiency in English and to enhance the ability of students to articulate thoughts and ideas confidently. So going over to the key components of this program. So this will be this bridge program will only be for people who opt into it. So students who feel that they don't have a good enough grasp on the English language can opt into this program, which will take place online before the actual program starts. So it'll happen before May 17th. And it'll happen online. So the key components are the language enrichment modules. So CWC has done this type of program before for Ashoka students before they come into university. So this will be something that they'll extrapolate from that, but mold more into something which will be more beneficial for 9th to 12th graders who are coming for a shorter amount of time. So the language enrichment modules will be online sessions that start a month before the program. This date is tentative and could change depending on what CWC decides. So the content will be tailored to address specific language challenges and practical exercises and discussions to reinforce the learning. They'll also take general workshops, which will be open for the entire student body, to enhance critical thinking skills, which is something that Ashoka really emphasizes on, and so does the Lodha Genius Program. And then the practical guidance on crafting well-reasoned arguments and compelling narratives. The benefits of this are quite clear. It'll help with improved communication skills for effective classroom engagement, which is our number one priority, to make sure that no kid, regardless of their first language, feels, underconfident. And it'll also help in confidence building through interactive learning experiences. And it'll basically nurture well-rounded individuals, which is the goal of LGB. So the next collaboration is with the Center for Studies in Gender and Sexuality, CSGS. So CSGS, it was established at Ashoka in 2015, and it is one of the centers of excellence at the university. So it is the first center of its kind in India to study this broader spectrum of questions relating to both gender and sexuality. The center regularly offers many different events on the Ashoka University campus as well as in Delhi NCR, such as speaker series, student seminars, workshops, performances, and film screenings. So the objectives of this are quite clear. We wanted to, as Shrishti mentioned, the reason for AUWS existing is very important, and this is something that we've seen in every single stage of of education. So we wanted to tackle this problem at the grassroots level, and we wanted to promote inclusivity in STEM, explore the gender dynamics in STEM, and develop critical thinking skills, which is all something CSGS will help with their modules. So the key components of this collaboration would be essentially 4 modules. These modules are basically workshops which will be used for fun and interactive activities and tackle topics like, is gender studies a scientific discipline, and where can science reconfigure with the social? Just making science a more holistic and unique sort of this thing, and not something which is following the traditional patterns. So the benefits of this again are quite clear. It will help with the holistic understanding of STEM in general, and of the STEM world and the different stigmas that come with it. It'll help in empowerment of gender minorities in STEM, and of course, it helps make the program more inclusive.
Right. Now we move on to the collaboration with the Office of Learning Support, OLS. So the OLS office was established at Ashoka back in 2016, and the idea is to challenge the status quo in higher education for inclusion of students with invisible disabilities like dyslexia, dysgraphia, and other specific learning disabilities, something that's often not accounted for in a lot of high school programs. And since its establishment in 2016, OLS has expanded its support to a lot of other disabilities as well. Over the last few years, it supported students with visual impairment. We have a bunch of computer science majors who are visually impaired at Ashoka currently. Students with autism, cerebral palsy, and others. The office acts as a central resource center on specific needs-related information and services for the university, and it also promotes a collaborative approach to implement a lot of inclusive practices at Ashoka. So again, the objectives for our collaboration with OLS are twofold. Firstly, we want to help students cope with personal concerns like homesickness, anxiety, or any other emergency situations. This is purely stemming from the fact that we realize that a lot of these students, all of the students are high school students, and a lot of them are, might not have ever been away from home before alone. And the second objective is to build skills necessary to succeed at Ashoka. This is important because because these are high school students, they're entering the university atmosphere for the first time, and we understand that that can be very challenging and very different as an experience. And for them to truly excel at the program, we want them to, we don't want, concerns like this to form a barrier between their learning, which is why the collaboration with OLS. So the key components of this collaboration will be as follows. We will have three separate workshops that will run parallelly. The first one will be, this workshop for students around 2 hours in length. That's tentative. The workshop will be activity oriented. It will help identify different learning styles, and this is something very important and unique because we want students to recognize and people learn very differently. And while the curriculum in school is very straightforward, it takes difference to excel in a university atmosphere. And lastly, also self-advocacy, in that it's okay to ask for what you need, how and why it's okay, because again, that can be difficult in a university atmosphere. We'll also be addressing how to access university resources. The second workshop will be part of the TA training program to help TAs handle student concerns, and there'll be a third workshop as well, training faculty for the same. The benefits of the collaboration. So again, to facilitate a smooth transition for students from a high school atmosphere to university atmosphere, enhanced teaching assistant support as well. So TAs are better equipped to handle both academic and such personal concerns for the students, because they will be the students' first point of contact entering into the program. And also a multilingual approach. This is sort of in line with what Dia talked about the academic bridge program at Ashoka, which is that because the Lodha program is such a unique program in its nature, we see a very diverse cohort of students across the entire country, and we understand that no Royal students might be as familiar with English, which is the primary medium of instruction at Ashoka and for the program, and we don't want unfamiliarity with the language to hold students back from really gaining the best experience out of this program. So moving on to the next collaboration. So this is with the Center for Social Impact and Philanthropy, this CSIP. So a huge part of Ashoka is volunteering, contributing to the community in some way, giving back to the community actually. And it's very strongly part of the Ashokan experience. So keeping this in mind, for the students coming in for the Lodha program, we're collaborating with the Center for Social Impact and Philanthropy. The CSIP is a fairly new center at Ashoka, and it was established with the vision of robust and resilient philanthropy. So to create social impact leaders and institutions who are recognized for their contribution to economic, socio-political, and the cultural vitality of India. Right. So the objectives behind this collaboration, firstly, to engage students in meaningful service. Like I mentioned, it's part of the Ashokan experience to give back to the community. And it's very important that, when we're building a diverse cohort of students, we also focus on volunteering. And the second objective is STEM for societal advancement, and that, STEM has different purposes. But one of our central aims should always be societal advancement. We're creating the leaders of tomorrow through the Lodha Genius Program. So the key components will be firstly to hold activities that require students to engage with the community around them. Ashoka has held activities like this in the past as well under the Office of Student Life called Shramdan, where students could sign up to volunteer for different tasks. So what we usually do is work with the village in our immediate vicinity called Asavarpur. A lot of our clubs and societies at the undergraduate level, they work very closely with the community over there. We have different clubs. We have NEEF, which is the Community Engagement Club. It teaches children, kindergarten children, even high school students actually in Asavarpur. We have Ruhi, which is, so it teaches the workers, it teaches English to the workers working at Ashoka. And we also have Positive, which feeds the stray dogs outside the campus. So we also, clubs and societies also collaborate with multiple organizations and communities within the university for diverse learning opportunities for these underrepresented communities. And this is something very important for, again, the leaders of tomorrow to recognize. The second key component is to involve students in meaningful activities to give back to society, as already mentioned. The last collaboration is with the Ashoka Center of Wellbeing, ACWB. This is actually a recurring collaboration. We worked with the center last year as well. So ACWB was set up again in 2016, and it's a non-aligned center that offers counseling and psychological support for students, staff, and faculty at Ashoka. ACWB, their objective is again very clear. It's to provide a safe space that offers free and confidential both individual and group counseling support. It's also one of the only centers of its kind across the country, with a focus on capacity building at every level of the organization. And talking about the collaboration last year, so ACWB held workshops on time management and exam stress for high school students. We also had counselors who were available for one-on-one sessions with the students to help them with any personal concerns of any sort. And we will be repeating the same this year as well, because we again recognize the need for students to possibly turn to some trained individuals with their concerns. Right. So I think with this, we come to an end of our of the webinar. We can take questions now. Thank you so much for joining us.
There's a question from Sumbul. Sumbul, you may speak now. Sumbul, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
No, I don't have a question.
Okay. Then we have Tejas. Tejas, you can unmute yourself. Okay. If we have any other questions, please raise your hand. Yes, Osman, you can ask your question.
Hello, sir. Sir, actually, my school takes our final exams in March. So, as of May 2024, I'll be in grade 9. So, can I apply for the program?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, sir. So, but it actually asks for my final grade exams, my mark sheet for my final exams of grade 8. So, what am I actually supposed to give there?
So you could give your half-yearly assessment results or anything which is available, latest available mark sheets before that would work.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Pradyumna, you can ask your question. I think, yeah. Do we have more questions? If yes, please raise your hands. We've all answered most of the questions in the Q&A as well. Okay, we have some raised hands. Paridhi, you may ask a question.
Hi, so I just wanted to check the program dates are from 17th May, correct?
Yes.
Now, for IB students, the final exam starts from 13th May and they'll finish anywhere after 20th May or about till 24th of May. So, is there a provision for IB students or is this essentially for CBSE students?
Kishore, could you answer that question, please?
Basically, our program is scheduled for 17th May. So we expect students to be available once the program starts. I mean, from the day one of the program.
Yeah.
Have any concerns, you can write to us. We can even discuss with our senior program management and get back to you with more details on that.
Okay, so which email ID should I write a mail to?
you can write to Lodha Genius Programme at ashoka.edu.in.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. That's it.
Okay. Next we have Manveer.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
go ahead.
Yes, so I'm in 10th right now. So I have to submit my final marks, right? So I'm supposed to submit my 9th and 8th class marks, correct?
Yeah.
But my 8th marks are not available. They were accidentally misplaced. So is it possible to maybe do 9th and 7th marks?
Yes, that will work.
Okay, okay. Thank you. That's all.
All right. Next we have Shubham. Shubham, you may ask a question. Shubham, you can ask a question.
Sorry, we don't have any questions.
Okay, then we have Ryan.
Yes, sir. My question was that, like on 3rd February, the aptitude test day, I have my nationals of the science CBSE exhibition. So I wouldn't be able to attempt the aptitude test. So what I will be doing? So
Sorry, is it because we'll have a longer window for the test? Could you just repeat the question once again?
yes, I'm saying that, like on 3rd February, you have the aptitude test. But on 3rd February, I have my nationals of the science exhibition. So
Right.
how would be attempting the aptitude test?
So how long would you be occupied that day? Because our test will have a longer window, so you can give the test between 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. that day.
Okay.
Yeah. So there will be a longer window. You don't have to like sit like at a specific time for the test.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Next we have Kapil.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, this is just about the selection process. Answering a couple of questions you had earlier shared that the academic marks, transcripts shared don't have too much weightage in the selection process. You've also shared that the exam going to be conducted on Feb 3rd is more about aptitude, not specific math questions there and so on. So just to understand what exactly carries a lot of weightage, is it the academic transcripts, is it the exam, or is it, how will the selection be done?
Sure, can you take that question?
Yeah, sure. So basically, our primary focus is towards the online admission test. Okay, and there are 4 key components in that online test questions. One is basic mathematics and logical reasoning, analytical reasoning, social intelligence, and scientific inquisitiveness. These are, sorry, actually 5 components. So these 5 questions will be based on these 5 components. And this there will be 2 different sections, part A and part B. And part A will be more inclined towards mathematics, and part B will be towards social intelligence and science inquisitiveness. So as I said, our focus is the online test, and we will shortlist the students based on the score that they are obtaining in the online test. And then the shortlisted candidate will be, contacted, and will conduct an interview, sort of interview, not a very formal kind of interview, but we will just assess the interest of the student in this program and why are they really interested in this and all that. So based on that, we will decide the final selection list. So academic score in their school doesn't really matter.
Okay. And the references as well, right? The main thing is the exam. All right.
Yeah, references again, we don't discriminate any students just based on the letter of recommendation anything. So just these are all some sort of formalities that we do follow in general.
Okay. All right. And would the student get a score? I mean, would the student, or is it just only selected or non-selected? Or at the end of the exam, the student will also be aware of how he's done the exam in terms of a score or.
No, we don't. We do not publish the score, but we will. If the student is shortlisted, we will contact the student and inform them, and the final selection list will be published on the website. The name.
Oh. Thank you.
All right. Next, we have Anvi. Anvi, you may unmute yourself.
Okay. Hi, good morning. I'm Anvi's mom. Just two things. First, I would like to confirm what Mandeep said. My daughter will give her 10th final exams now. So we'll have to give the mark sheet of 8th and 9th, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And second thing, how long would it take to give us the final results post-interview?
So the interviews will happen mid-Feb, and by the end of Feb, they will be published online, the results on our
All
website.
right. All
Yeah.
right. So end Feb is what we are looking
Yes.
at right now, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. That's
All
it.
right. All right.
All these dates will be published in the website, so you can also watch on that website.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Next, Osman, do you have another question? You can unmute yourself and ask.
Yes, sir, I had another question. Could you actually elaborate on the scientific inquisitiveness topic? Like what kind of questions there might be?
Yeah. Kishore.
So regarding the exam and its components, we are going to conduct another webinar next week. So I think
I'm also I'm posting the link to register for that webinar as well in the chat box. So that will have like an elaborate, detail about the test, all the details, etc. And it will happen on the next Saturday at 11, same time. So please register for that. And there we will talk in detail about the, details of the aptitude test.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right. Next we have Vedansh.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, good morning, sir. I am Vedant's father. Just want to know that in the interview, there will be a GD group discussion type of interview or it is a one-to-one?
It will be one-on-one.
Okay. And it will be in the daytime or the evening time? Means suppose that school will be there. So it will be, when it will be held?
There will be slots, and according to your availability, you can take those slots.
Okay, we can select our own slot. Okay. Thanks so much.
All right. Next, we have Shadab. Shadab, you may unmute yourself.
Hello, Via. Good morning.
Hi.
So here I was having a question on the related to test. I was asking that in this test there will be about something critical based question or academic question, means like which type of questions will be there?
Yeah, that question has been just answered before. It will be a general aptitude test, but for more details, please attend the next webinar on 27th about the test. So it will be specifically about the test.
I'll be doing it for sure. And the next question was like, how will the workshops run on there, which was there on the presentation? I wasn't able to understand it many properly, so just I want to know it once again. How will those workshops will run and happen?
Like by run, you mean how will they be placed in the week or?
Yeah.
Kishore, could you answer that?
The program schedule is not finalized yet. It's still in discussion. So basically the structure, I'll give you a basic structure of the program. That is, we have 9th and 10th students as juniors batch and 11th and 12th students as seniors batch. So these workshops specifically, most of the workshops are given for the 9th and 10th standard students, and 11th and 12th standard students will have a project works as well as mathematics sessions separately. And the timing and the complete schedule will be published on our website somewhere close to the program. And the selected students will be able to select their preferred workshops as well as projects maybe 1 or 2 weeks before the program.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. I got it.
All right. Next, we have Kabir. Kabir, you may.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi. So I'm Kabir's mother. I just wanted to check the roughly number that how many students appeared last year for this examination. A rough number.
Okay. So last year we had around 1,000 students who appeared for the exam, and this year the application is more than 2,000. So we are expecting around 2,000 students to the exam.
Okay, done. Thank you. So this is for 9th, 10th, and 11th, 12th, both the.
Yes, correct.
Right. Okay. Thanks. Thanks so much.
All right. Next, we have Ryan. Do you have another question?
Yes, sir. So I had to ask that in the curriculum, would there be astrophysics as a subject for class 9 students?
You sure?
Astrophysics is actually a project in 2024, on-campus module. So that will be offered for +1 and +2 students, 11th and 12th grade students. And for 9th and 10th grade students, we will conduct a workshop that's called Art and Astronomy that includes some field trips and all that to some observatory in Nainital. And that won't be a project actually. It will be like a 5 days workshop.
Okay.
And that won't be, based on any school curriculum on this topic.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Shadab, do you have another question? You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, so I was thinking if anything was there in designing. So I had got information from somewhere that first we have to choose science, and then after that we will go ahead on that. So will that work? Just I was asking this question.
Could you please repeat your question, Shadab?
As we all something like there is in designing, yeah, like
You mean a project in designing?
yeah, you can get to know like that only, and means like designing, and there for that the science stream will help me or not.
Sorry, I really couldn't understand the question. Manvendra, did you?
No, sorry. Shadab, could you repeat again? Sorry.
I mean, like there, I want to go in designing field after the 11th and 12th. So this science stream will help me or not?
In this curriculum, LGP 2024 curriculum, we have projects in branding communication as well as architecture. These are two fields that I think are more related or towards areas. Yeah. If you get selected, you can even opt these projects that may help.
Yeah, just I wasn't able to get that word architecting, but now I got it.
Yeah. Architecture.
Thank you so much.
Particular project for this year.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right. Next, we have Ahinatul.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
So, asking about the next webinar, I had my MUN during that day. So, how can I join that?
The webinar. We'll try to post the recording on our YouTube channel as soon as possible after the webinar on 27th. So you can take a look. I think by Monday, we'll be able to post it online on our YouTube channel. So you can see
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think we don't have any more raised hands. And from the Q&A, we have answered all the questions as well. We'll just ask one more time. If there are more questions, you could raise your hands. I've also posted the link for the next webinar on the 27th in the chat box. So if you would like to attend, please register now. Or you could just copy paste and do it later. Okay. We don't have any new hands. So Kishore, I think we can wrap up, right?
Yes, I think.
Oh, there's one more question from Abdullah.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Like, I want to opt for, like, I am very good in arts. So, is there any subject related to arts and other crafts?
Kishore, can you respond to that?
Abdullah, you said you're
Arts.
interested in arts, right? Not math.
Yes.
Okay.
No, both. Like,
Arts
as a
and math.
yes.
Okay. So see, are you studying in 9th and 10th or 11th and 12th?
9th and 10th.
9th and 10th. So for 9th and 10th students, we have many workshops related to, science, math, arts, and even in, some areas that lies in the intersection of arts and science or arts and math. So will be really helpful for you if you, get selected for the program.
Right. Plus, on over the weekends, we'll also have filmmaking workshops and also a workshop on contemporary dance. So if you're interested in that, there will be an option to attend that as well.
Like in the form, there was an option in which we have to choose our abilities. So if we're choosing like art as a ability, so would there be any like projects based on that?
That Kishore can answer.
The projects are basically in science and mathematics alone. We don't have any arts projects. But as I said, the projects are basically for the 11th and 12th grade students, and 9th and 10th grade students will be given this workshop. So that's it. You can opt your workshop from the list of options that we offer.
Okay.
Yeah, but the approach or how you choose to answer your project or do the project is on you entirely as well. So you could creatively answer that as well.
Yes.
Right. All right.
Okay.
Next, we have question from Shubham.
I have a question.
Yes.
Um, is there any volunteer with us over there?
Yes, please ask your question.
Is there any volunteer with us over there after reaching?
Yeah, we have TAs, which are like teaching assistant, but they also take care of, logistical and management as well. And of course, the team will be there to take care.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
System by.
Abdullah, do you have another question?
No, sorry, sir. I missed the call.
Okay. All right. I think, yeah, we can now wrap up because there are no more questions. Thank you so much for joining in for today. Thank you, Shrishti. And Dia is not here. Thank you for coming. And we'll see you all in the next webinar on the 27th. Please do join in because it will have all details about the test, and since there are many questions on the test, we would definitely want you to be there so that all your queries are answered. Thank you so much again. See you next week. Bye. Take care.